Welcome, 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 welcome. It's spooky out there.
Yeah, really spooky. Happy Halloween weekend.
Happy Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween, y'all.
Woo.
Happy Halloween. Well, let's get on with the introductions.
Well, welcome to Swiping on Love, everyone. I am your
Welcome.
host, Sange Keita, with my other host.
Samuel J.
And here today, this is a very special episode. We have
Yes.
our Halloween episode going on. It's going to be really scary. We're about to talk about the scariest stories that we ever experienced.
Or some people out there who have told us a story about how
Yes.
their crazy dates and your horror dates
Yes.
been. Maybe also how we think about it. Maybe
Exactly.
Share our thoughts on it.
Very spooky. And
Wait.
just full disclaimer, I mean, some stories may be a bit humorous in a way, but some may be very,
Sensitive.
yes. So please watch out, y'all, and just
Yeah.
listen in.
Yeah. So, right now we're live on Instagram at Swiping on Love, or Swiping Love
Right.
on Instagram right now.
Yep. So if you're listening in and you know other people who are very interested, let them
Yes.
tune into our live right now. We're recording. We're in the studio. Woo woo.
Yeah. Tell us your craziest date stories, your craziest horror stories
Right.
when it comes to relationships and all of that. So before Friday, I reached out to some anonymous group, Yik Yak, and I asked them a question about what's their most craziest date stories or relationship stories that they ever had, and we got a couple of answers. Yeah.
Yeah. So what were the responses?
The responses were crazy.
A lot of people had like some really great stories to tell.
Yeah.
Very, very intriguing.
Very intriguing indeed.
Yeah.
Intriguing indeed. But yeah, there were Okay.
What's the first story?
No. Before we get into all of that, have you had any crazy date experience?
Well, yeah, a lot of crazy date experience.
Yeah.
Like from people like who just are flat out like, I mean, I get like some people are very close knit in terms of character and personality. So that's not really a problem. It's just more in the sense of how your reaction is. Like, certain things. I've dealt with some people who have extreme anger
Yeah.
issues, which is, I mean, I come from a long line of trying to control my emotions and when it comes to expressing myself. So it's just like, I was just like, I always found myself with people, with some guys who just flat out just burst out in terms of anger. But it was very interesting, like over like the most littlest things too. So I'm just like, oof.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna just check out real quick.
Yeah.
It was just bad.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very,
Yeah.
very bad. And I think I've had this one experience too. Like this guy I was talking to for like probably a couple of weeks or a month or so. And it's like, we were always talking on the phone, flirting and whatnot. And that's not a problem. But, after a while, I would want to see you, considering you're always like flirting with me and stuff like that, especially if we're in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just never wanted to see me, which to other people may seem like really odd. But if you look at it, like that's weird. That's scary. It's creepy. Because why are you moving that way? That's horrifying. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, it's bad.
Yeah. I bet. But for me, I don't think I've ever had that experience when it comes to any horrific or like, crazy dates. I don't think so. Not to jinx myself.
No. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Right? Knock on wood here. But I've never had that experience.
Us.
Okay. But I think the people who have had these experiences, I'm glad that you guys came through
Yeah.
or got away from whatever had whatever was happening or whatever did happen during
Right.
that time, you know.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, I completely get that. Like for me, I'm like how I'm interpreting the question is like it's not even it doesn't even have to be like the person on the other side, but for me, like if the experience was scary, like
yeah,
certain things that you might encounter with that significant other, whether or not like it's good or bad, it could be scary.
Yeah.
Like, say if you go on a date and you guys decided to go like what skydiving, that's scary,
yeah,
very scary, because you're jumping out of a whole plane, and now it's just like it's life. It's like life or death at this point. You could, but and also like taking risk as well. That's a horrific experience. That could be a scary experience for a lot of people.
really, really scary,
Yeah. So
really scary. But
yeah.
I'll say, without further ado, I would like to pull up some of the responses that I got from Yik Yak and what some people have said about it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. But first, let me just. Yeah. But yeah, let me just start off by. And also, these comments were anonymous, so we don't know who this person is.
Right.
But whoever you are, I hope you were listening. So, this person said that he or she or they met this person off of Tinder and they think they totally got catfished because their picture were either old or was like totally different person.
What?
But then when they saw the person in person, they had to suffer through it by watching a movie while awkwardly dodging the person's move, to do the deed with them.
Oh, that's cringe.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about that? That's saucy.
That's very saucy, but not.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like
Ugh.
you totally got catfished, met the person, tried to watch a movie with the person, and the person was trying to
Just-
get it on. Yeah.
Nope.
And also, the person said that they didn't want to leave because they felt bad, but also the person was like very nice too.
Yeah. Ooh.
You know.
I get that. I mean, also like you just wouldn't know if you're like in the hands of like a serial killer or something. So you just
True,
wanna
true.
play your cards right. Like, okay, I'm gonna just be nice
Yeah.
so I can get out of here alive. You know, that's
But-
very scary.
It is scary.
Oof.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like some girls do things out of like pettiness or something like that. Is it pettiness? Like when they're scared, and instead of them saying "No, I'm good," they don't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
They play along.
They play along.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, just in the safety of like, I mean, a lot of women have ended up being so they've been like the barrier of like being a victim for those types of things.
Yeah.
So like you see stories where women get like killed or attacked for saying no to a random guy on the street.
Yeah.
So it's like, even though that may not be the intention of the person, you just want to be careful. And sometimes playing nice is all we can do because we feel so, hovered and like,
Yeah.
we're only one person. And it also just determines like your strength. Like some women aren't really strategic in a sense,
Yeah.
but it's just like, if you know your strength, if you know you can like tackle this person if they try,
Yeah.
then go for it. But if you know yourself, then play your cards right. That's how I see it.
Yeah. If you're joining us on Instagram, please comment down below what's your craziest
Yes, your craziest or horrific dating story.
dating story.
So, woo, we want to know everything. We want to know.
Yeah.
So another story from this other person on Yik Yak was they said, I was talking to a kid for weeks, took him camping with my family, and he lost his V card to me. Found out he had a girlfriend the entire time. That's one of the many stories, not even the worst, to be honest.
Yeah, this
That's
person went on to give us like crazy stories
Yeah,
in their relationship. But that one is like,
that's very. I
you
mean,
know,
that's pretty scary. I mean, for anybody, because it's just like my heart would drop, like, because it's just like
they went
that's-
camping.
right, and but also you have
a girlfriend. Mm-hmm.
and he lost. Interesting, but that's a very
Yeah.
scary situation to be in, especially if you're like dealing with someone who wasn't like honest probably from the jump or something. And then you may not even know the kind of partner that they also have. So who knows? That partner might come to you.
Yeah.
And it's downhill from
It's just
there.
it's just totally crazy. Because if think maybe, you know how this person had a girlfriend,
Yeah.
but then proceeded to lose his V card trying on that girl. So maybe
That's very interesting.
yeah, maybe the girlfriend wasn't, feeling it. So my guy was like, you know what? I'm just gonna curve around.
That's still scary. I mean, like, listen, we may never know like the
truth,
actual
truth
right.
behind it. We just assuming. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yes, we just assuming.
But it's also kind of like, like it's just very interesting. Like, what in the weird? Like, why do all of that when you could have probably did the deed with your own girlfriend, unless clearly someone isn't being honest here. So yeah. So what we're talking about is like everyone's like scariest or horrific dating stories.
Yeah.
So if you want, just put a comment below or, send us a message regarding your scariest stories. We're doing it all day.
Yeah.
It's going on throughout our Instagram page.
Yes. So this is to our Instagram followers, people who just tuned in. So go down to the comment section and just type in the craziest story that.
Yeah, we'll read it out loud.
We'll read it out loud here to our live listeners here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's crazy though.
yeah.
And one of the comments that came in through Instagram was like, my girl once told me that a guy asked her to meet him at a cemetery.
Yeah, that was see, that no-brainer. That's definitely pretty much no.
I don't know. It's giving a bit of a ritualistic.
All right.
You know.
Being forced in a situation where you cannot say no. Can you elaborate on that? But I definitely get that. That's pretty scary too, because you're being hovered, you're being
Yeah.
you don't really have much of a choice. And it's basically manipulation. It could be coercion, depending on the scenario.
Yeah. Definitely. I agree with that. I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the question? Oh yeah, the cemetery thing.
Yes,
I totally
the
forgot
cemetery.
the cemetery thing. So that's a bit scary,
Red flag. See, that
especially maybe at night, like
that
maybe at
people,
the cemetery.
yeah, don't fall for that. If you're going to see somebody at a cemetery,
Yeah,
and not even if it's in broad daylight, like if you don't have like say a past loved one, then it's just like what's the point?
Yeah. Here on Instagram, someone said that some dude forcibly kissed them when
They were
a kid.
Wow.
This comes in with forcing themselves on each other.
And stuff like that can actually play into your dating experience too.
Yeah.
Because like the things that we experience as kids kind of develop into how we are as adults and how we communicate with other people and how we take certain things too. Like we internalize those things and we may feel like based off of those things that we have to project that onto other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's very interesting.
It's crazy. It's never nice to be in the situation where you feel forced to do something
Yeah.
that you don't feel comfortable doing.
Yeah, definitely. In any scenario at that.
Yeah.
And some people do it subconsciously too.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether or not it is, intentionally like you are forcing that person,
Mm-hmm.
it's still not right, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So that's a very, important thing to point out too when it comes to those experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, onwards.
Onwards.
Another person said that when she went on a date with this guy, she found out that this guy was an immigrant, undocumented immigrant. And this guy told her his whole plan to marry her to get a citizenship so that he wouldn't struggle anymore. But then guess what? The guy ended up stealing money from this person and their TV and just left.
Wow. These are very sharp, deep stories.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fair. I mean, considering like I wouldn't know how it feels to be like, undocumented
Yeah.
or anything. But just being in the situation where, because of that circumstance, you probably would have to try to do other things to kind of get by.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
also on the other hand of being a person who has those privileges and being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So like I can see that scary
Yeah.
or horrific side on both ends.
Yeah. Makes you think that you love this person, but then I don't know if you're doing it out of love to help someone.
Right.
You guys love each other. I want to have a future with you, so I'm going to marry you.
Right.
And then through that process, I'm going to get this and this and that
Right.
out of it. But then to just go on steal from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because never know, like that person would have probably helped them out and stuff.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you, Sam.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, you mentioned that you never had like a scary or horrific experience while dating.
No.
But what is your biggest fears while dating?
I don't know. I don't think I'm not sure if I have any fear. I think I have accepted the risk that comes with dating and all of that. That things happen. So it's like
Okay.
I don't have any fear. Yeah. Do you?
I have. I mean, I agree with the acceptance of coming with the risk and stuff. But yeah, even with the acceptance, I still definitely have in the back of my mind like fears and stuff of just overall, like not even with romantic dating, but just overall like with people, like trusting them and like the scenarios or the experiences that we might go through. Like, how do I know if this person is actually, for me, or how do I know if this person is actually trustworthy? How do I know they have my best interest at heart without even me being in the room, without me being, in their space?
Yeah.
Those things cross my mind.
And to that, I would say action. Action speaks louder than words.
Yes. But even with that, the action can be the scariest part because of being, out there and open and also like being able to show it on display is can be scary for a lot of people, especially people who have like problems with like being affectionate in person or just overall like showing the public that, that they're probably in love with the person or, scared to love a person out loud, basically.
Yeah, definitely. I think one has to become a warrior and just fend for themselves and know what they want
Yeah,
to make sure it doesn't happen again.
pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, fear can be a powerful motivator too to do things. Yeah.
Would you say fear drives people to take risk?
Yeah.
Like
But
And when I mean by risk, like crazy, crazy things, like to the point where it might even be that bad for the other person.
yeah, yeah. I think fear. Um, if someone were to be in a relationship where the other person is abusive,
Yeah.
fear could let that person say stay.
Yeah. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear of
Also,
starting over. Fear
yeah.
of.
Also, fear can also help this person leave.
Yeah, that is true. It's a good and bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a good or bad outcome.
Yeah, dependent.
Depending, yeah, really depends on the situation. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Well, next story. This person says a girl forced me into going on a date with her. Wouldn't let me hold her kitten. Oh.
What? I mean, it could be literally.
Took me to Red Robin and then tried to SA me.
What in the world? So I'm confused. So the person initially wanted to hold their kitten,
Yes.
for the listeners out there if you don't know what that means, and then ended up at the end of the night
Going to Red Robin's.
getting assaulted.
Yes.
That's really scary, but it's also very interesting at the end because it's just like your expectation was to get,
Yeah.
but you actually ended up being. And I'm gonna assume that this person is male,
Yes.
either male or non-binary, depending, or maybe they're. It depends.
It could be
It could be
anybody.
anybody.
It could be anybody.
It's very interesting because when you think about it in that case, not a lot of people think males can get assaulted.
Yes.
And when we hear it, we think we don't take it seriously or we don't think really pay much attention to it. And I would say that can be a scary thing for a lot of guys out there in the dating field. Like having something happen to you, but and it actually being really detrimental, and then you wanting to get relief off of it or having it be exposed, but nobody else is believing you. That's a big fear.
Yeah.
And granted, like despite him or her or they wanting to be out there or get something in return, it's still not just like it would be vice versa. It's still not like an actual go figure to have that happen because nobody's asking to be
nobody
assaulted.
Yeah, I have. Someone came up to me and told me about this story when this person used to work.
Wow.
This person's workplace, where their manager would just come by and just slap this person's ass. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. So they physically assaulted them.
Yeah, they would just swing by and touch their buttocks.
Wow.
If I may.
Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But later on, when the person left the company that they are working for, the person reported this person.
Okay, and then did the person get?
We don't know yet.
Oh man, that is the scariest part because now you've done made a report, and now it's just like, oh boy.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. I hope you guys are being safe out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, on to the next.
On to the next. But yes, please tune into our live on Instagram, Swiping on Love, if you haven't already and you're listening. We would love to hear more of your scary/horrific stories. Yeah, all of it. Pretty much all of it. I maybe not for me, but I known a couple of people who shared their scary slash horrific stories with me in the past. And some of them are very, very, very deep, so I probably won't go there. But
Yeah.
for others, it was just like, it was a bit weird. And, I think one of my friends, I remember at the time in high school, they actually experienced something where it's kind of like an base of kidnapping. But of course, they shouldn't have been talking to this person because this person was kind of like, pretty older than them.
Yeah.
So it kind of ended up being in a situation where, they were supposed to meet with the person, but it ended up not being that way because luckily, as the friend I was, I talked them out of it.
Yeah.
But it's a scary situation to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah. For another person, though, who posted, another story someone stated was dating this dude for almost 3.5 years just to find out he was cheating on me with a minor. Then I helped her break up with him.
Yeah.
Wow. That is very heroic.
The power.
That is very powerful, which is something,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should be encouraging to do. Like, there should be no reason why you're dating a minor, especially at this big age. We're all college students. But 3.5 years is crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary to, go through that experience for, like, that's a whole bunch of time wasted. And then to also find out that there are underlying...
Yeah, cheating on you with a minor.
Yeah, which is even worse.
Yes.
Because it's just like, that's double, the trouble at that point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, kudos to whoever mentioned this. This is pretty heroic for you.
Yeah. So if you have a friend who's in that situation and you want to help them out, please don't be afraid to go on and help them out.
Yeah. All right. So it seems like we're soon going to come to a close, though.
Yes.
So, like, what overall would you say, like, what to you would be like a scary slash horrific story for dating? Like, if you were ever to go or have that experience.
I think if I were to have that experience, I would say a place where my safety has been questioned, or I'm questioning my safety. If I don't feel my comfortability there, I think that would be like a crazy thing for me.
Wow.
Because if I'm constantly looking around to make sure that I'm in a safe place,
Yeah.
and I'm comfortable being who I am around all these people who I'm on a date with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the scariest thing that I could think would happen.
Yeah, I agree. It's the same thing for me, and I feel like if I'm constantly like still questioning who you are, like what kind of individual you are, then I don't think it would be best for me to even see you, because there shouldn't be any reason why I'm kind of skeptical or having skeptics on how I'm going to be treated during the date, or if the date is even going to happen, or if it's going to go the way you say it's going to go.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. Like, once I feel like there's things being left out, and then also like we meet up or something and it just seems too shady. No. But
When I think people will be going out as warriors,
Oh yeah.
People will be dressing up as 11, like Millie Bobby Brown, and like
yeah.
Stranger Things and all of that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Halloween weekend is coming up. Yeah. And if you're going out this weekend, please stay safe and be smart about certain things, like just regarding interacting with people.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah.
It's Halloween weekend. We want to make this a fun weekend, okay?
Yes, we do. I know people will be going As their favorite Bill player.
Ah,
You know,
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills, football, and all of that.
Yeah.
Also basketball players too, I think. The Lakers, the Warriors, the all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, but please be safe out there,
Yeah. Please.
and we wish you guys happy Halloween.
Yes. Literally.
Any last words? Or
No, but yes, we wish you a very happy Halloween weekend, and we hope that everyone enjoys their night, get a good night's rest, and stay warm. It's
Yeah.
pretty cold. But yeah, we'll see you next week.